I know it's hard to tell, but I'm a little bit older than your average YouTuber. So when I think of a tire, this is what I think of. Black, circle, rubber. It turns out there's all kinds of crazy futuristic tires. Some of them aren't even rubber. Some of them aren't even round. Some of them aren't even of this earth. Today we're gonna cover some of the craziest, most bonkers futuristic tires of today. I'm James, and this is the D-List. A big thanks to Omaze for sponsoring today's episode. Listen, I love cars, and if you're watching this video, you guys probably love cars too. And I wish that I could give all of you guys a car, but I'm just one Kentucky Cobra and I can only do so much. But thanks to Omaze, one of you can win a car. I'm talking dream cars like Tesla Model X, Ford GT, or maybe an Audi RSQ8. And not only does Omaze give you the chance to win these awesome cars, it also does it to support a great cause. In this case, the Ronald Reagan Medical Center at UCLA. They're awesome. So what are you waiting for? Go to omaze.com/cars, check out all the sick stuff that they're giving away. And maybe you could be the next donut fan to win. Check this out. This is Sebastian. He won the Corvette that we gave away earlier this year. You're kidding. There's no, what? You won. Holy crap. You could be next. What are you waiting for? Let's go! Burnouts, they're fun, but they come at a cost. Tire tread, i.e. money. It's just what happens. You wanna do some smoky doties? Then you're gonna lose some rubby dubbies. Them's bricks, kiddo. But what if you could regrow your tires? Well, looks like the good folks at Goodyear had a good idea.
Goodyear Recharge.
Goodyear Recharge uses a little pod full of a liquid compound that's as strong as spider silk, the strongest material in nature next to Nolan's chest hair. You put your pod of your choice into the center of the wheel, and then that's it. The tire uses whatever pod that you put into it to regrow the tire. This opens up the possibility to not only eliminate the need for buying new tires altogether, but you can choose what kind of rubber you want to put in your tire. You going to a track day? Great. Let's put that super sticky one in there for the weekend. You hitting Moab? You gonna go camping with the boys? Awesome. Get yourself a knobby pod.
Do not eat your pods, not even for the beans.
Michelin has been making rubber for the road since the 1890s. That's 100 years before Post Malone was born. They were the first company to put air into a tire and then put it on a car. That's called a pneumatic tire. But what happens if you don't want to fill your precious tire with sticky, musty, boring air? Let's just say this next tire, real breath of fresh air.
MICHELIN Uptis.
Okay, Uptis stands for Unique Puncture-Proof Tire System, and it looks like it's from the 2490s, 500 years after Post Malone was born. Sick. Instead of air, this thing uses poly-resin spokes that provide the same level of resistance as a pneumatic tire. And I know what you're asking. Why, James? What's wrong with air? Well, the first reason is pretty obvious. There's no air in the tire, so if you get a hole in it, you're not gonna get a flat. That's great. But the reason that I was surprised about, and I'm probably more excited about, is that it's better for the environment. Michelin says that around 200 million used tires are thrown into the trash every year, which is the same weight as 200 Eiffel Towers. If you guys were not aware, Michelin is a French company. French companies apparently measure things in how much the Eiffel Tower weighs. Since it ain't got no air in there, there's effectively 0% chance of over or under inflation, so they will last for a way longer time. And what's even cooler is that we might see these things on the market by 2024. They're already driving around on them, testing them, which is great because the way things are going, we probably won't have any air by then. If you type the phrase weird tire into your Google machine, which is exactly what we did when we decided to make this video, this is one of the first ones that's gonna show up.
Goodyear Eagle 360.
How's he crab walking? Ooh, better get out of the way of that bus. Oh, just right on the water. They're balls? What? As you can see, this is one of the weirdest tires ever conceived. Just like the Earth, okay? No rim, all tread. You might be saying, Kentucky Cobra, how the frickin' heck is a spherical tire gonna mount onto the car? Well, let me do some math for you. Magnets! Yeah, frickin' the entire tire has magnets built into the rubber so that the entire car is able to hover over the tires, making it essentially the Disneyland monorail of tires. And because it's a sphere, it can rotate in any direction, giving you the most traction when you need it. And also, that makes it wear down more evenly, so you don't have to rotate your tires. Your tires are constantly rotating themselves. You saw it in the video. They did a great job. The car got clear. We saw it move around. Amazing detail. Who made that? DARPA, 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 DARPA. This one is one of the more badass ones, and it's actually kind of scary, and it's actually real. Just like Transformers and the Ninja Turtles, who are not nice at all, no matter how they are depicted in the cartoon.
DARPA shape-shifted wheel.
This tire is made by a group called DARPA, which sounds kind of silly, but then you learn that DARPA stands for Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, and it all becomes very terrifying. You might know them for this terrifying robot dog that they made with Boston Dynamics, and also they invented the internet. Yeah. This internet. And they also invented these sick tire wheels. Basically, at the flip of a switch, the tire goes from being a normal, pretty badass looking round tire to a triangular tank track in literally 2 seconds. I know what you're saying. James, do we need triangular wheels? And I have one thing to say to you. I forgive you for asking such a stupid question. The contact patch of a triangle is way larger than on a round tire, and as a result, you get some serious grip gains. So basically, any car can be a tank, all thanks to the power of triangles. And this guy's doing it right too. You gotta do back, round, front, triangle. That's how you roll around. Thank you very much. Next tire.
Kumho E-Nymph.
Okay, this next tire isn't the craziest one on this list, but we wanted to include it because it's called the Kumho E-Nymph. Basically, it combines the sustainability and longevity of an airless tire with the comfort and performance of a regular pneumatic tire. Remember that from before? It's kind of like the Uptis that we talked about before, but it's called the E-Nymph. There's something you guys might not know about me. I love dandelions. I love the fact that they're yellow. I love that you can pick one up and put it behind your ear and look fantastic. I love that they make any romantic comedy scene look more romantic. I love their natural Fibonacci pedal structure. I love that when they get older, they turn into a little fluff ball that you can make a wish on. But the thing I love most about dandelions is apparently you can turn them into tires. And Continental is doing exactly that.
Continental Terexigum.
You didn't know making a tire is a pretty insane process and can cause a lot of environmental damage. Nolan did a deep dive on that entire subject, and you should check it out. It's a very good video. I will put the link to it at the end of this one, and that's where the dandelions come in. Okay, Continental discovered that a Russian species of dandelion contains a natural latex in the root. Okay, this latex offers the same performance and usability as today's tires, and dandelions grow 7 times faster than rubber trees. And you can plant them anywhere because they're literally a weed. So just imagine a beautiful tire manufacturing plant surrounded by huge, beautiful fields of Russian dandelions. We call them plants. You could park your car and you frolic right in, scan your badge, go to work. Let's get it going. We saved this one for last because it is literally the most insane tire in this world, and also Mars.
Goodyear/NASA memory alloy tire.
Space freaks have been trying to make cars that drive on Mars since the 70s, but one of the biggest problems, surprisingly, has been the tires. The current Mars rover uses lightweight aluminum, which worked for a while, but turns out, just like calling people simps, Mars is toxic. And after a while, the metal tires start breaking down, which is not good when you think about how the Mars rover costs around $2.5 billion. So Goodyear, good old Goodyear, and NASA went back to the old drawing board, and they came up with a pretty good solution. To look to the future, they look to the past. Talking chainmail, man. The new Mars rover is gonna have tires that are made out of metal. It's called nickel titanium alloy, or nitinol, because NASA loves to shorten stuff. Not only is nitinol stronger, but it's lighter than a normal tire, which is really crucial in space travel. Every ounce counts. But metal still gets brittle at low temperatures, which might make it easier for metal to break. True, except that this metal has a little trick up its little metal sleeves. The thing about nitinol is, it's got this thing called shape memory, which basically means that no matter how the metal gets bent or twisted, it can return back to its original shape if exposed to the right variables. For instance, temperature or pressure, two things that are in extreme abundance on Mars. Okay, NASA and Goodyear programmed the nitinol tires to reform to their original shape when they're on the surface of the red planet, allowing the tire to maintain its original shape after being put under stress. So now, when the little Mars explorer gets into a pickle with some big Martian rocks, not only will these bad boys glide right over top of them, but they ain't breaking down for nobody, man. I wish I could reform into my original shape after I get all twisted. This was kind of a fun, sciencey one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know if you want more fun, sciencey stuff. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's how we know that we're doing a good job. Like I said, check out this episode of Wheelhouse on tires, and check out this episode of Bumper to Bumper about an AI designed car. Bye, I love you.